back. That's right, folks. Welcome to the Cavalry.
Welcome to the Cavalry, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Andrew Sleighter, and I'm here with my good pal, Johnny Beanier. Johnny, how's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for introducing me. How you doing, Andrew? Good to
I'm
be
doing
here.
great. I was just thinking,
Welcome to the Cavalry, everybody. Good to have you listening. I'm Johnny Beanier. This is my friend Andrew Sleighter.
Wait, are you doing that because you think what I did was so pointless and useless? You're like,
no,
doubling down.
I just wanted to do it too.
Yeah. Podcast hosts, they don't introduce themselves enough. I was thinking about us because there's been all this discourse about like the election. Ugh, we're tired of talking about it. I know. But then they're like the role of podcasts in the election. So there was like debate about should Kamala have gone on Joe Rogan too, as like Trump did, and Trump went on not just Joe Rogan, but like a lot of these like just under Joe Rogan sort of level bro podcasts, like some sports ones and Theo Vaughn and a couple others. And then I was like, so that's our we should go like, hey, here's two straight white dude comedians who's had a podcast now for what's it been? 4 years?
3 years, 4 years,
4 years. And we did nothing to get Trump elected president. I mean, we didn't move the needle for him one iota. So come on, tune in to us.
Who, listeners or
Kamala? I don't know, whoever.
Oh, I thought you were saying Kamala should have come on to our
podcast. Yeah, we would have had Kamala on.
Yeah, we would have had her with open arms.
She could have done it on a Zoom. We wouldn't have made her.
Yeah, we wouldn't have made her fly into
no Secret
either
Service
of the
bullshit.
two places.
Like, no, you got to be in Madison first for the first half and then Portland for the second half.
And then you fly to Portland. Yeah. And actually, can I go with you on your flight? Because
it's great you have room on the plane.
Record together. Yeah.
We don't get to do that much. No, but I was thinking like that should be like our thing. We're like the non-toxic masculinity. Everyone's looking for the new, what's the new version of masculinity that's not like so broy that it gets Trump elected? It's like, it's us, like two.
Yeah, we're a safe space.
But then we're still like guys being dudes,
Yeah, we talked about diarrhea quite a bit.
Diarrhea and mowing lawns and Taco Bell and
all
NFL picks. And
speaking of which, sore subject for my co-host.
Why did you bring that up?
I didn't. You did.
You're right.
Anyway.
Let's just get that out of the way. Look, I want to be clear. I lost again. And I gave you a pick, but I think I explained this last week, but I give these picks. I gave the whole slate, every NFL game.
That doesn't concern me.
I still had another winning week. So it's just so crazy to me that I'm 2-7.
Yeah, but you can't like the Vikings. If the Vikings lose this week, they can't be like, yeah, but I won last week. I won a different game. So don't I get
but that gets to be their cumulative record. No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's embarrassing. I'm owning it in a way where I'm not owning it.
All right, so our current record, our current standings.
I just said it.
No, you didn't. Did you?
I said 2-7.
Oh, yeah, no, you're 2-8, my friend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
2-8, and I'm 5-5.
Wow, my humiliation. I mean, I'm not going to catch you.
At this point, how many weeks are there? Oh yeah, did you ever text me back? How many weeks are there in this?
Yeah,
season?
I did text you back. 17 weeks.
Oh, you got plenty of time. Plenty of time. You got 7 weeks. You're going to be 9-8 by the end.
I mean, I've basically got the heater of all heaters. I know who I'm picking this week, so.
All right, you go for. I always go first, so you go first.
Okay, I'm going to take.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, good choice.
They're 9-0, and they're playing the Buffalo. It's a tough game. They're playing the Buffalo Bills, and they're a 1-point underdog this week.
The Bills are favored.
The Bills are favored. So I'm going to take the Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. I mean, what else can you do? If I lose this week, then it's just not meant to be.
Oh, that's great. That's, what's frustrating is I was looking for that. I was like, who are the Chiefs playing? I was looking it up and I kept, because I always go to the Sports Illustrated page to find out what the spread is or the line.
Yeah.
And it just kept not showing up. So I was like, I got distracted. I never went. And here you snagged it.
You can take it. I mean,
no, I'm not gonna. You got it.
What you really could do.
It's a cursed game now that you've claimed it.
What you really should do. This is the flaw of this device we've come up with. You should just pick opposite of me every week. Or not pick opposite. No, just pick on me. Just pick with me the rest of the way.
We can't do that.
Well, I know, but it'd be like the way to win.
But cheating?
Well, it's not cheating.
Well, it's a game. I mean, I guess we never established, but
we should have made a rule where we can't pick the same game, because otherwise the second
you can pick the same game, just not the same team.
Yeah, or we should have made a rule who flip flops, who goes first and second, so that couldn't just take my pick every week, because that's what I would do if I were you, because I'd go, well, then I'm never going to give up the lead. Either we lose together or we win together, and I maintain my lead.
Okay, but so where are we sitting right now? Are we saying I can
honorable.
pick the same game?
I'm saying we shouldn't let each other pick the same game.
So let's
or at least the same side,
the same team. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's a rule going forward.
Going forward from now on.
Which we haven't broken so far, so that
works. Yeah, exactly.
So I could make it interesting and just go for the Bills.
Yeah,
but I can't. I can't go against the Chiefs. That's my second favorite team. You know that. Here's what I looked at the Packers-Bears game.
Team is such a third grader thing to say.
I'm 6.5 years old.
Counting your half birthdays too.
Yeah. Packers-Bears, classic game from my understanding.
Classic
and as a rivalry. It's a rivalry, Andrew. Rivalry as old as time. The Bears and the Packers. It's like salt and pepper.
No love lost there.
That's right. What does that mean?
I don't know. They say that all the time, and I'm not exactly sure. There's no love lost. I don't know if it's loss or lost there. And they say it constantly.
I think they say lost. I think it's no love lost there.
So no love lost there. So like there's no love that's been lost.
We should try to figure this out for the next 20 minutes without looking it up. All right, so Packers, Bears, but the Packers are favored 6.5 points. That's just not fun to me. That's not fun.
Oh, if you're on the Packers, yeah, because you got to win by a touchdown. Yeah,
you got to win by a ton. So like, I'm playing a different game in my head as everyone else watching the game, just wanting the Packers. I've done it before where the Packers won and I lost because they didn't win by enough.
Yeah,
not a fun place to be. So I'm gonna get out of that. And I thought the Lions, because weren't the Lions? Was that the team that has never been to the Super Bowl?
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's right. I think that is right. Yes, that's right. They've never been to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Anyway, they're playing the Jaguars. The Lions are favored 13 points. No, thank you.
Right. Too many.
That's stupid.
Too many for Johnny.
So you know what I'm going to go with? Now I have to decide. Do I go with the Bills or do I go Bengals versus Chargers? Chargers are favored 1.5 points.
And then who would you be on?
I would go with the Bengals. You tell me, and you got to be honest. Do they both suck or what's going on? I don't know anything about either team.
Oh, no.
Ickey Woods used to be on the Bengals.
Yeah. So the Bengals got off to a rough start, but they still have Joe Burrow and a good offense, kind of a shaky defense. You should look up whether T. Higgins is going to play. T. Higgins is the second best wide receiver on the Bengals, and he kind of makes a difference. So I would check that.
Why would he not be playing?
Injury. He was injured.
Oh, he got injured?
Yeah. But he's been he was questionable. So I think there's like a chance he would play this week. So that would factor into my decision making. But then the Chargers have a good quarterback, but then they have a new coach, Jim Harbaugh, who's like a great coach. He was a coach at Michigan last year when they won the national title, and he used to coach the NFL. Anyway, he has turned them around, and they've been very sound, kind of like good defense, running the ball, very like fundamentals.
Okay.
So
Can I just
that's that game. Bengals more like
everything?
exciting, explosive offense, chucking the ball down the field, Joe Burrow. Chargers more like disciplined, just make the right play, sort of. That's what
Well,
you're
that sounds like the smarter bet. Is
I
the
think it's in
Chargers.
LA. Not that that matters. You don't get much of a home crowd in LA. And
No.
then, yeah, what was it? But just take the Bills. So we're head to head. Just crush me.
I can't root against the Chiefs. Here's the
Oh,
thing,
your
though. I
second
just
favorite
real
team.
quick sidebar. What does that mean? Where'd that
Sidebar.
come from? No, I know what it means, but why do people say that? Anyway.
Like a bar.
Oh,
The
okay.
sidebar.
Anyway,
You'll get a
so
drink over here. The main bar's too full.
yeah, it's
The line's
full.
too long.
Everything you just said, I'm listening to you talk about the Bengals and the Chargers. And in my head, I'm thinking, this is so much like knowledge and information,
It just shows you it's all
but like
pointless.
it does, yeah. In 1 year, it won't make a difference or matter. I feel like maybe it's a subconscious, like I feel like I only have room for so much. And I'm just like, why would I fill it with this ever changing, not affecting my life statistics that, you know, most people that, everyone that likes sports knows.
So what? Okay, this is. Let's just. You could pick in a minute, but let's get
Yeah.
into that. So my head is obviously filled with a lot of like this, and even though obviously it doesn't help, I'm 2-7, whatever, 2-8,
Right. Right.
but my head is filled with a lot of like NFL sports stuff,
Statistics and sports knowledge and
statistics,
trivia.
and just storylines and names and players and all that. But we're the same guy almost everywhere else, right? Like
Yep.
we both do stand up about the same level. We do about the same gigs. We write about the same amount of jokes. Turnover
We
around
have
the
the same
same.
website.
We do the same podcast. We have the exact same website. We You have 3 kids. I only have one. We both have
That's
a
different.
house. You have a
Yeah.
bigger house. We both live in like kind of same-ish size cities. I mean, so what else is in your head? What are you filling it with that I'm not? I guess is my question.
Well, that's a good response.
Because
I'm not, it's not that
you're a
I haven't
smart
filled
guy.
it yet. I haven't filled it yet. I'm just saving space. That's what it is. I don't want to use it up.
I've never heard a more beautiful rationalization for being stupid in my life. Excuse me, Mrs. Hutchings. It's not that I didn't learn it. I'm just saving some space because I might come across something more interesting in my
Right.
next period. And I don't want to jam it full of your bullshit and not have any room left.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
great.
that's my answer. Because you
No,
made
the
me think.
answer
I'm
is
like,
music.
there.
Music is the answer, right? You just have a
Yeah,
bunch
but
of.
you know more about sports than I know about music. But you're right. I mean, it is.
No, no,
It's
I don't.
equally as useless.
Yeah, it's equally as useless, but you
Yours
know
is
a
probably more
lot.
beneficial when it comes to like social.
It
You
is
know,
easier to. Yeah, I think you probably don't run into that many situations where just like guys are standing around the cooler talking about counting crows or whatever.
yeah. Which of Tom York's bands is your favorite?
Yeah. See, I don't even know who that is. So,
Radiohead lead singer.
okay. Radiohead would be my answer, but
Right answer.
oh, see, killing it. So yeah, I think it's music. I think your head, everything that in my head is sports, your head is music. That's the
All
only way
right.
we're different. And the
Well,
2 additional kids and the beard and the
beard, no.
ponytail.
Yeah, that's just
Those are just
nah. Yeah,
that's just to tell us apart.
yeah, exactly. We don't want people to get confused.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of our websites, I just worked with Jeff Dye,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't know if he recognized me. He's like, "Hey, good to see you, man." And I was because we have worked together on you know shows in LA long time ago, so I know I
Yeah.
met him, and he was probably drinking then. How long has he been sober?
I think almost a year or maybe
Okay,
over a
yeah.
year. I don't know.
So it was longer ago than that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, good to see you." And I was like, "Oh, maybe." He's like, "Oh, when did you grow the hair?" And I was like, "Oh, he did remember me." I was like, "Oh, I don't know. This is the third time I've grown." And he's like, "Yeah, because I checked out your website and your picture, you have short hair." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that picture's
It's
from
an older
2011."
an
So, but it
older
reminded
photo.
me. So I went home and last night or the night before I changed it. So now
Oh, nice.
I have an updated picture on my website.
I want to hear all about. Should we
Yeah.
save that for the poster banner?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, not a ton to
Oh, all right.
talk about, but we can, yeah. Yeah, now I'm curious to see if my corporate work is going to plummet now that my picture isn't this young, clean cut guy, but it's
Oh
a
yeah. Now you're
really
this.
older guy with a
You're in
ponytail.
your Carlin phase.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta
Oh,
before
you
we
got to
move
make your
past it,
pick.
I'm gonna make my pick. It's between the Bills and the Bengals. Ah, I would do the Bills for the excitement, but I just can't go against the old. Aren't what is the Chiefs for? Are they undefeated right now?
They're undefeated. Yes.
Oh boy.
I mean, the odds are they're going to lose eventually. Most teams don't go undefeated.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go Bills.
Yes.
No, I can't do that. I
Ah!
can't change it. I change it because I
I
was
shouldn't
thinking,
have
well,
done
that way
that.
I win either way. But I could also. No, that's true. Yeah, then I would win because then I'd be like, oh well, the Chiefs won. I like them. All right,
Yeah,
I'll go.
exactly. You can hedge against your emotions.
Bills are favored by one.
Yeah. Let me check if that's still the case because I listened to this podcast and they said that. But
Okay.
let me make sure that that's where
In
we're
the
at.
meantime, I'm going to change it to the Bengals. So while you're
See,
checking that,
this is why you're so much better at this than me because you.
it's not so much an educated guess. It's like a game of Plinko. That's how I do my picks.
They are the Bills. Okay, I'm so glad I checked. The Bills are now 2.5 point favorites.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
everybody's on the
yeah.
Bills. Give me Patrick Mahomes as an underdog, please.
So you're still okay. So that helps
And
you, right?
The Chargers are 1.5 point favorites over the Bengals.
Yep.
You got that? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got. All right, which would you look at Sports Illustrated or where do you get that?
No, I go to Score Zone or the score. It's an app on my phone.
All right, I'm going the Bills are favored. But that means so the Chiefs could win. What if the Chiefs win? So the Bills could win by 2. Oh, so no way.
I would
No.
still win.
Yeah. So I could double lose. The Chiefs could lose and I could lose if I take the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Okay. You got the Bengals.
Bengals by
This is when I turn it around.
this is it. This will be fun. All right, here we go. Nice.
Nice. We did it.
Can I tell you something funny that happened today? So I assistant coach Duncan's basketball team, and I don't really do much. I try to make it very clear at the beginning, like, hey, I'm just a set of hands. Whatever you do, don't ask me for advice.
You make this clear to the other coaches or
To
to
the
the
other
kids?
coach, yeah, to the head
Hey,
coach.
kids, don't ask me any questions.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here to keep you from running out that door over there.
that's right. I'm more of a bouncer than an
Yeah.
assistant.
Yeah. I'm
A
keeping
reverse
out
bouncer.
riffraff kids who didn't pay their fee.
Yeah. So we had 9 kids today, and we're doing a scrimmage. So it's the head coach, another assistant coach, and then me. It's like an unofficial assistant coach, but the coach has been bringing his wife who played college basketball. So she's really
Oh,
good, and she'll take kids aside and show them how to shoot, whatever. And so she's like filling in the game. So it's 4-on-5, but she's the fifth person. And then halfway through the game, and I wasn't really paying attention. So halfway through the game, the coach is like, "All right, switch out, Kathy, or you're out. Johnny, you going for her." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm playing with 9 kids. And I'm like, I don't know who she was covering. I wasn't paying attention to the play. So I'm kind of not only not being helpful, but I'm sort of just,
setting a bad example.
yeah, messing it up. And so I'm like, well, I can't just be a body. And this one kid, Makai, got the ball, and I was like, well, I'm covering him. And he went for the shot. And I just fucking
Yeah. Yes.
stuffed him because he made a shot
Yes.
before. And I was like, well, I'm not good. I'm not a freebie.
Good.
He
Let
made
them
the shot
learn.
before. So I like stuffed him. And the other coaches were like, whoa, how old is he? And I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
Good for you.
Yes.
First of all, who's this Mackay with the arrogance to go
Yeah,
shoot against a 6'5" giant?
exactly.
You know,
I think he got
pass
confident
the
from the
ball,
previous
Mackay.
play. Yeah,
It's not your
exactly.
day if you're getting guarded by the guy who's like twice the size as you.
Yeah, so I had to make an example. Good. I'm
Good.
glad
No,
you
you did the
support
right
my move.
you did the right thing. You did exactly the right thing.
Yeah.
The Norm Macdonald has a joke about that where he was like, he played 1-on-1 against his son, and he used to let his son win, because he
Yeah.
thought that's what you're supposed to do. And then his son got older, and he started really playing, and then his son could beat him, and then Norm would go, "Oh my God, you actually beat me!" And the kid is like, "What are you talking about? I beat you all the time. I've been beating you since I was 8." He goes, "No, but back then I was letting you win." Then the kid had no concept. So he's like,
Yeah.
beat them when you can,
Yeah.
because at some point,
You
Makai is
won't be
gonna
able
just
to.
dust you. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many teams do you like coach? Like, what's your coaching? So you're doing baseball and basketball,
Yeah. Baseball and basketball.
and you feel okay to commit to that stuff with comedy? Like, you don't
Well,
feel nervous?
that's why I don't do it official. Like, I mean, I fill out whatever paperwork because they have to do background checks, and I don't want anyone to feel weird. Like
Yeah, you just
this dad
falsify
just, yeah, this
falsify
dad
some
is
information on those forms.
overcrossing the line. So I fill it out, but I don't head coach because I'm like, my schedule, I could be gone
Yeah.
half the games, half the practices. So I'm like, when I'm there, I'll help you, but I don't want to commit because I travel so much.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just looking for role models here
Yeah.
about what I'm gonna do. Ginger does soccer now, but it's like 3-year-old soccer, so there's
Yeah.
no games, or
Yeah.
we meet once a week and
Kick a ball around.
kick a ball around. Ginger, she like she has trouble, like she'll kick it, and then she knows intellectually like you can't use your hands,
Yeah.
but then she has some trouble like when she's dribbling, like turning, like getting, like if the ball starts going to the left, it's about to go out of bounds. She has trouble like redirecting, like getting on the other side of the ball, like kicking it the other way, so that she'll
Yeah.
just like keep kicking it. So she'll stop and she'll like kind of look around, and then she'll just like pick the ball up and move it over and then start kicking it. Like she knows she wasn't supposed to do that, but she's like, I mean, I'll just do it once. Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah. What are they going to call me on it?
I'm gonna blow the whistle.
I'm a kid.
Do you guys,
Yeah.
when you guys go grocery shop, I don't know why I just thought of this. When you guys go grocery shopping, did you ever let, or do you let your kids eat stuff while you shop, knowing that you will pay for it when you check out?
Oh,
It's just like, oh, they're hungry or they're cranky or they really want this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, have a few of these, and we'll just ring it up. You know,
No.
Yeah.
No, I do that when I grocery shop by myself, but I don't for the kids.
You do that yourself?
Yeah, like I'll drink a bottle of Coke while I'm shopping. Sure. Why?
Why did you stop and search for like a healthier thing than bottle? You're like, yeah, sure, I'll drink a Coca-Cola.
I was debating between my two drinks.
My God. Oh my God. For those of you listening at home, Johnny is currently holding up, he's double fisting two beverages, a Coca-Cola,
Yeah, a cherry Coke.
a cherry Coca-Cola, and you're just never going to guess the second one. Tell him, Johnny. Tell him what it is.
Is Nesquik strawberry milk.
Oh
That's
my
why I
God.
paused. I was like, which one should I tell?
How much sugar? Go on. Anyway, Heidi, I would never, it wouldn't even occur to me to be allowed, like you're allowed to do that. Like I get the feeling of like someone's
Oh,
gonna get mad at me if I did that. And so, but Heidi's just all like, oh yeah, she wants the cheese balls or
yeah.
whatever we got, like just open them. And but we did that with a banana. Ginger
Yep.
wanted a banana, so we had a thing of bananas. We're like, all right, here's a
Yeah.
banana, we'll pay for it. But then like I think they weigh the bananas or something, or
Yeah. By
so they
weight.
because I was like, well, we'll just keep the peel and then just tell them there used to be six. And then the guy saw us. It was at Whole Foods, and he was looking at us, and I was like, and then I was like getting hot, and I was like, we were gonna just keep the peel, and then like I start explaining
Yeah.
before he said anything,
Yeah.
and then he's like, it's okay, and he just took the peel and threw it
And
away.
weight it.
No, no, he just threw it away. He like let us
Oh,
have a
okay.
free banana.
Nice.
He's like, we're owned by Amazon. We're not hurting here. We're
Right.
fine.
The only thing that because I do think about that sometimes where I'm like, the only thing that goes through my mind is like, what if I'm in the store, I'm drinking my Coke, I got a cart full, and I get a call. It's like, oh my God, Duncan fell down the stairs. You got to get home now. And I'm like, babe, I can't just leave. I already drank the soda. I have to get in line and
Yeah,
pay,
pay for this
or else I
Coke.
technically stole.
Well, I'll tell you what we did. So we went to Target earlier. We were getting like decorations for Ginger's birthday, and
Hmm.
Heidi she does, like I said, she does what you do. But even she was thirsty, so she just saw, Target's got like everything.
Yep.
So we were walking past the grocery part of it, and they had these like water, like canned water, like a can of soda, but it was water. It was watermelon flavored, some new thing,
Yeah.
but it had stevia in it. She didn't know that. So she opened it, just like full confidence, just starts drinking this thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. And it was refrigerated. It was just one of them. She didn't buy like the six pack, just bought
Right.
one
Yeah.
or grab one. Started drinking it. She's like, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh, it has stevia in it. It's going to give me a headache. I can't drink stevia. So she's like, what do we do? I'm like, just put it back. I don't want to
Just
pay
set
for
it
this.
on the
I
nearest
was so
shelf.
mad. And then she goes, I can't do that. We just have to buy it. You drink it. I was like, I don't want that. I know the drinks I like. I never grab mystery beverage. I
Right.
always know what I.
You always grab Diet Cokes.
Yeah, mostly yes.
Yeah.
And so she was just walking up, checking something else out, and I was on the aisles, and I just put it on. They had a clearance rack. I just put it right on the clearance rack. It's like I'm not paying for
Ooh, the next person's like, ooh, a clearance. A half
Ooh, that'd be half
three-fourths.
off. It's a little flat, but it's got stevia in it.
A
Uh,
little flat and it's open.
yeah, I'm pretty ruthless at Target. I don't steal anymore.
Yeah.
During there was some dark days during COVID at the beginning where I was like self checkout was so rough. I was just
Well,
like,
that's
I
fair
hate you
game.
guys. But I don't do that anymore. Ever since I had a kid, I set a good example at Target. But I still like, I don't know, for some reason I don't respect Target as like a. I'm like, you guys are just
Yeah.
you sell like Heidi loves it, but I'm just like, you just sell crap, you know? And
I don't know if I'd say that. It's like it's above crap, but it's not special.
yeah.
right?
It's between special and crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
that? Just stuff. It's just
Nothing to write
stuff.
home about. Yeah.
There's no, I don't know. I just, you know what it is? I just don't respect them. I don't respect Target.
But if you had to like pick one store to live in during the apocalypse, that'd be a good choice, right?
No,
Where would you go?
well, I would go during the apocalypse, one that sold guns, probably. So probably like a big Bass Billy. What's the fucking
A
stupid
gun shop?
store?
That's where you're gonna live in a gun
Not a
shop and
gun
just starve?
store, but like one of those ones that like
Bass
a
Pro?
Walmart. Yeah, Bass Pro. Or they do they have groceries? At Billy
Not at
Bass.
Bass Pro.
What's
They have
that
BB
stupid
guns
store
and
called?
fishing rods. What?
Walmart is where I'd go because Walmart has guns.
Yeah, but Walmart, that I mean, that's yeah, I guess. That's like Target,
And
but
they
they
have
have guns.
the groceries at Walmart and Target are the same. Like the
Yeah,
groceries at Target are not great.
right.
So
Same quality as Walmart,
I
probably.
would go to Walmart. If
All
you're gonna
right.
be a survivalist, you might as well just go all in and be a Walmart guy.
Yeah.
Or Costco. Does Costco sell guns?
Well, I don't know.
No.
Good question. I don't think so. I feel like I would have seen them. I'm at Costco quite a bit.
You're a Costco guy.
I'm like, I love
I never
Costco.
go to Costco. I would love it, but I just never go. I went more in college than I do as a home owning parent. Isn't that
Did we already talk
crazy?
about? Do you have a membership?
No, I don't even
Well,
know where
there
the
you go.
there
I think I
there.
might know why you don't go very often.
Well, yeah, but there is a Costco in Portland. I think I just don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why we
It
don't
used to
go.
be, we used to be Sam's Club members. They used to be more fun. They used to have like, I don't know, more
Samples.
fun stuff, but more
Yeah.
toys.
Sam changed.
Yeah, changed.
Changed.
Eh.
How did Sam's Club not compete with like Costco? Just blew. They were the exact same store. It was the exact same idea. Big warehouse, bulk packaging, membership. Why? Someone should tell me. Like, do a research paper about why Costco just blew past Sam's Club. You never hear about Sam's
Oh, I
Club.
didn't know that. Did they?
Well, yeah, but Costco is like synonymous in pop culture. People talk about it, they joke about it. If you were writing a joke as a comedian and
Yeah.
you are referencing the bulk thing, you'd use
Yeah, you say
Costco 10
Costco.
times out of 10. You would never say Sam's Club.
Huh. But
Is
as
it
far
like a
as like
regional thing?
statistics and like numbers, doesn't everyone know what Sam's Club is too?
I don't know. Have you used Sam's Club as a reference before in comedy?
I've talked about, well, it's always, I always ask them if they have a Costco, and if they say no, I say, do you have a Sam's Club? So no, I guess I never start with the Sam's Club.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna do a
I
deep
have had
dive.
people be, I have had people when I say, I talk about Costco and then ask if they have, they're like, no, 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 Sam's Club. They boo Costco and say Sam's Club. But
Oh,
that's just
really?
because that's what they have there.
The Midwest is a fascinating place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I heard there's a trailer for Jim Gaffigan has a new special coming out on Hulu. This is his like 43rd hour long special.
Yeah.
And on the trailer tells a joke that I have told. And I was so we've talked
Oh,
about this before. What do
I
you do
know. That
when
hurts.
that happens?
Wait, do you have it on like video anywhere?
Yeah. I mean, I
Time
don't think I
stamped?
have it. I don't know if I have it posted. I don't think I have it posted because it was when I was really skinny. Like, it was the joke because I guess he's really skinny now. And the whole joke is about how, like, you know, I would say, when women lose weight, like, oh, damn, girl, you look good. But I lost, all that weight. And people just ask my wife if I'm okay or if
Yeah.
I'm sick. And that's
And it's like
basically his
basically
joke.
the same.
Yeah, he just says, yeah, they just skip past me, go to my wife and say, is Jim okay? Because it's more likely that I'm sick than I took responsibility for myself.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, it's
God.
a bummer.
Well, it's nice because I'm
But
not skinny anymore, so I can't even
you
do
don't
the
do the
joke
joke.
myself. I'd have to lose another 30 pounds again
Well,
to.
that happened to me with and I it's even harder because like I'm such a fan, but like Norm did a joke about the and it was not on one of his specials, like his real specials, but he released that thing when he was like
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah, like on Zoom or something.
Yeah, and he had a thing about primary care doctors, and it was like almost the exact same like thrust of my whole bit about like the being useless, the primary care doctors.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And I mean, like you would see someone like having a similar idea because it's like, I could
Is
see
it?
someone else getting there pretty easily, but it was pretty close,
Yeah.
and not that. So then you're just like, well, like one, I don't really do the joke anymore. And then two, just thank God I had it recorded before. That's all
Right.
I
Right.
thought about. I was like, I just don't want anyone to ever accuse me of stealing from Norm
Did
Macdonald.
you keep doing it or did you stop
Yeah,
doing it?
I kept doing it for a while because
Yeah.
like you only have so many jokes,
Yeah.
But now,
Right.
like, what do you want me to do? Write a new joke?
Oh, geez, what am I, a
What
machine?
am I? Take it
Do I
easy,
look like a
boss.
fucking writer?
Yeah, I didn't get into this for writing jokes. No, and it like and also, that one really did just kind of fall to the wayside there, but
Hmm.
yeah, so that's a bummer. Also, like it's so funny. Of course, Jim Gaffigan eventually he's going to do one of all of our jokes because, like you said, he's done 43 hours of comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're exaggerating with that, but like, what is the number? How many specials?
I think this is his 12th because he had a special.
Crazy.
I think it's at least his 11th. It might be his 11th, but I remember him being like, "Yeah, this is the 10th one," and that was not this one. So this is at least
Like
the
when
11th.
we all quote Jim Gaffigan jokes,
Yeah.
um, obviously is a legendary comic. But like, what are all the jokes you quote of Jim Gaffigan from? Like, which
Uh,
number of specials, or like which special?
the first
One,
three, the
first
first two.
two, the
Yeah.
first two,
Pale, what was
Beyond the
the one?
Pale,
Beyond the
and
Pale and
yeah,
King Baby.
yeah, yep. I mean, that kind of
I
tells
mean,
you,
and I watched every time they would come out, I watch them because I like them a
yeah.
lot. But then, I mean, it's just like you're putting it out too fast for me to take it in. Like there are
I
some that
know,
I have
or
not.
I don't know. I mean, because like, there's a difference between like he must all these guys. He's not alone on this, But there's a difference between going into a theater and doing an hour of material that works, that kills,
Yeah.
and like stuff that stays with people. And for some reason, it took, 15 to 20 years to come up with that first hour, and all those jokes really like stay with
Oh
to
yeah,
this
yeah.
day. People talk about like what's the number one Jim what's the joke you quote the most from Jim? I know what it is for me. It's like when you ever see a movie late?
Too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about heat.
I want to talk about Heat now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about that like all the time.
Yeah.
But maybe it's tougher too, like in his defense and all these rich comedians' defense. One, like there's so much pressure. They're like just dangling $20 million in front of you all the time. Like, how do you not do it?
Yeah.
And also it's your job. Like it's like you want to feel, even if it's not going to be as good as the previous hours, like you're like, well, this is what I do for a living. What am I going to just keep doing
Right.
the old material, or
Well,
just
but also, I mean, you and we have the luxury of being able to work out material over a long time. He can't
right?
hone
You
an
can't keep
hour for
touring.
longer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are gonna be like, "Well, I saw, he's gonna
They
get
filmed
repeat."
it. Yeah. No, yeah, you have basically the year, or you have as many cities as you can go to so how many cities are there?
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
you could stay in New York and just do shorter sets and
yeah,
keep working out material. And some of those clubs are pretty diligent about like not letting people film and et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. And I mean, isn't that? I assume that's kind of how they started out after they put out an hour. That's how they come up with that hour, and then they tour it for a year, honing it,
Yeah.
and then record it at the end.
Who knows? We'll never
Yeah,
know.
we'll never know.
We'll just keep doing jokes and then prefacing them at the beginning. Hey, I know there's this other famous comedian who does this bit, but I swear to God, I came up with it first. Anyway, so I'm really skinny. Well, I'm not really skinny now. Pretend I'm really skinny.
Yeah, because I
And
was. uh,
oh
did you
boy.
listen to his previous one? It was something about dark. It was like dark materials called like Dark Pale or something.
No.
But he had a
He's not like
yeah,
an every special guy for me at this
right.
point.
He had a pretty sizable chunk on diarrhea.
Oh no, he's really
It's all
walking
about
on your turf.
Montezuma's Revenge, and I mean, it's funny. It's, of course, there's no surprise. I'm going to say that, but just hearing Jim Gaffigan do this and hearing him acknowledge, yes, I'm doing diarrhea jokes, and just keep on doing them while he's acknowledging it is pretty funny.
I had a Montezuma's Revenge joke. Did I ever tell you? Did I ever?
Oh,
You ever
did you
hear me do
steal it
that?
from Jim Gaffigan? No, what is it?
No, because it was from my wedding.
Oh, I know the story, but what's the joke?
So everyone got sick. We all got norovirus,
Yeah.
and I avoided it like the night of the wedding, the night after, or no, I think it was the night after that I got hit, like in the middle of the night. And the next morning, so I'm puking and shitting and in the bathroom, just it's horrible.
Yeah.
And we were going to Mexico for our honeymoon the next day, So it's like,
Yeah.
here I am puking and shitting before we go to Mexico. It's like, I didn't get Montezuma's revenge. I got Montezuma's preemptive strike. Oh, good. It worked.
Yeah, that's good. I
Yeah,
like it.
that was my Montezuma's revenge joke.
That's good. Nice.
Nice. Take that, Gaffigan.
Yeah, take that. Yeah. Well, should we get into
We
topics?
got to. We have got to do it. Because what if we didn't? Could you imagine if we didn't?
We didn't, it was still a pretty bang
No,
up.
but what would happen? The world, the fabric of society.
Yeah, you're right.
Unravel.
We'd lose Kyle.
We would lose Kyle. Kyle, I missed you this week. I was in Wichita again at this Vorshay's Lounge, and we were gonna get together to sign this picture. And I think I texted back too late. I was like, "Hey, I can't do lunch," but because he couldn't come to the shows because of work. So I was like, "Hey, I'll just come by. We'll get, I told him where I was staying or whatever, and he couldn't do it. So we missed each other. But
next time,
he'll
have to mail it to you, and then you mail it back.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
Sure, if he includes a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Yeah, prepaid postage. Yeah. Oh my God, I have to do this gig in New Mexico, and I say have to. It's pays really well. I'm featuring
in New Mexico.
Ooh,
okay.
And it pays great just to feature. I'll have to send you the info for this.
Yeah, please do.
It's like
I like money.
But it's they make me I had to mail a check for $30 and
this sounds like a scam. Maybe don't tell me about
my social security. No, really, my social security number. This does sound like a scam.
No, but they told me I'm going to get a real
business
big
license. If it was any money more than $30, it would hit but it was such a low number. I was like, whatever.
What do you have to pay $30 for?
Because you have to like apply for a business license to work at this New Mexico casino. I think it must be like an Indian land rule or something.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so I was like, oh my God, it was like such rigmarole. It wasn't the $30. It was the printing out. When I print, I have to go to the library to print. So I have to like look up the library hours, walk over there, use a printer.
I have a printer. This is it. You say you never need a printer. Here you go.
Yeah, but it was free.
Okay.
Take that. Dude. So anyway, what are we talking? Oh, topics. Let's get into it.
Well, what about the gig? Why did you bring up the New Mexico gig?
Oh, just that it was like a real pain in the ass to have to do all that stuff. Wasn't that it?
Oh,
Is that the whole
I
story?
don't know. I don't know. Huh.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's get into topics real quick. I want to tell you about a pain in the ass.
Real quick, I want to tell you nothing nowhere story. Hey, why have a podcast if I can't do shit like that?
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, I can go first. I feel like you always have to go first.
All right, you go first.
Okay, here's what I need backup on. So, sports. You're a sports guy now,
Oh, yeah, you know it.
and all these owners are very rich. We all know this. They're all billionaires with a B. Okay,
Yep.
especially of NFL teams. It's like the most exclusive club in America to own an NFL team. And I was thinking about how a lot of times these, even though they're so wealthy, these billionaire owners will go to the city of whatever city they are in and say, "Hey, we need taxpayer money to build our stadium." Does that ever happen anywhere in like Madison or probably not Madison, but Milwaukee or
I have
okay?
no idea.
Well, it happens all the time, and then they hold the city hostage. They say, "Hey, we'd love to have this. We'd love to build our new stadium here. We really need a new stadium. We would like some funds from the city. Maybe you could raise taxes on this or that." And, it'd be a shame if we had to leave to a different city that was willing to pay us this money.
Are you serious?
Yes, it happens all the time. So that's like why the Raiders moved to Vegas. That's why the Oakland A's are going to move to Vegas. That's why the Sonics, my beloved Seattle Supersonics, moved to Oklahoma City, all because the cities refused to pay for their billionaire owners to have a stadium. Doesn't that make you angry?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible.
I mean, I support. I'm glad these teams are bouncing around. What's the incentive? Because does it help the city? Like, why would the city say, "Oh, okay, we
No,
want you here"?
because they play on emotional attachment by the city. Like someone like me.
That's it.
Yeah, when I was they no, they'll come up with some bogus study to say, "Hey, actually the downtown economy improves this much because the bars and restaurants." But they've done studies on that. It's nowhere near the trade-off is nowhere near in the favor of the city.
How much does a stadium cost?
Like $1 billion.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money,
That's
Andrew.
a lot of money. It's a lot of whoosh. That's a lot of scratch.
A lot of hooska. Sure.
What's the funniest word for smackaroonies?
Macaroni. That's a good one.
Scammolians? All right. But here's what I need.
Cashavitis.
What?
I never heard that before. Never mind.
This is not a term for money that I've heard. Uh, so here's what I need back. This was my idea.
Okay.
So it's not fair. It's just not fair. The idea of a billionaire is not fair anyway.
Yeah.
I think we could all agree on that.
Yeah.
So how do we get revenge? How do we get? So this is what I need back. This should be the rule. Because it really hit me the other day. I was like, you know what's great about the NFL? You have two teams playing. Let's say the Jets are playing the Cardinals, right? Both owners of those teams are billionaires. They have
Yes.
everything they've ever dreamed of in their life.
Yep.
But one of them is going to go home on that Sunday fucking miserable.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter they would pay so much more just to make, but they're still going to have that feeling that I get when my team loses, and nothing will console them. Nothing will make them feel better. So what I think would be great is if you want money for your stupid stadium, we should get unfiltered live stream access to the billionaire after he's lost. From like that point during the game, right after the game, and then like all the way till he goes to bed.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great.
Just to see his misery.
Yes.
Yeah.
I backed that up. I thought you were going somewhere else. I thought you were going to say, just like, aside from the losing one, just like, we'll do it whether you win or lose, but we get 100% access to your life. Cameras in your bathroom, cameras in your
Yeah,
bedroom, cameras in your family room.
just
Like you
up.
are our
You know what?
bitch.
You know what? Not even all those other cameras. Just one billionaire toilet
Toilet
cam.
pointed up. That's it.
We just want. Why did you start with bathroom? Oh, we want cameras everywhere, in your bathroom, in your toilet, in your shower, in your underpants, everywhere. You don't want any in his office? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, yeah, those
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
Yeah,
that too.
everywhere. I
Yeah.
said everywhere. Yeah, but you only gave examples of places his dick would be.
And his toilet, and his bidet on the other side of his
Everywhere.
toilet.
I want a multi-cam shoot of the toilet.
Maybe a drone shot under his pants.
Yeah, I'll back you. That's great. Yeah,
Wouldn't that
I'm
be
all about
great?
that.
Wouldn't that be great? Just see these, because like these guys like Jerry Jones or whatever, and just see him like pissed off and yelling at people and being like a stupid, miserable dick. And you're like, dude, you're a
Yeah.
billionaire, but these 28-year-olds fucked up today. Some 24-year-old missed a kick and now it ruined your whole life. You own like
And you're still a
entire
billionaire.
cities.
I think I like the idea and I feel like it would bring me joy to see, but I also feel like it would also make me angry because I'd see him angry and I'd be like, what the fuck are you so mad
Oh,
about? You piece of
interesting.
shit?
Yeah.
You're a billionaire. What are you
Oh,
so mad about?
yeah. You would just be mad at them for caring too much. I don't know. For
Yeah.
some reason, it makes me happy to know they're not that happy.
Hmm.
Like, there's no amount of money, there's diminishing returns on wealth, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they're obviously like, you have to kind of be like, I don't know. A lot of people are born into their extreme wealth, but like,
Yeah.
you kind of have to be like insane or like have a screw loose to actually be a billionaire, because you have to be so hyper competitive and aggressive financially to get to that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like kind of like, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you just chill out when you had $100 million? I think that's what everybody
Right.
else would do. It was normal.
Yeah. You know what? I support you. I back you up. And that leads me into my topic,
Great. Thank
which
you.
I thought of during yours. Nobody likes billionaires, right?
No,
It's not
it's too much
necessary.
money.
Should have a law where if you reach $1 billion, there's no hide it. You can't be like, no, that's real estate. I have it. It's
Right.
once you are worth $1 billion, you are penalized. Your money is taken from you and distributed among the people. So that
Yeah.
way there's a limit that would prevent people
Yeah.
from becoming these huge, too powerful. Well, what are you going to, oh, you want, everyone uses Amazon because they're like, oh, I think Amazon's terrible, but I don't want to go out and buy a sponge. I'd rather bring it to me. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
you prevent that from happening because people would have to stay under this. And you can still, I mean, if you have $998 million, $100 million, you're still,
Yeah. But it's great because it's like reverse Brewster's Millions. So like, if you don't, you can have $998 million, but you got to be careful because like, oh, let's just say you have a good day in the stock market and it goes up too much, you're down
you're
to
fucked.
zero, asshole.
Yeah.
We're taking it all, and you're going to be penniless. And then you're going to be like that other Richard Pryor movie. Isn't there one where what's the one where he goes homeless? The two guys trading
Oh,
places.
that's Trading Places.
Trading
That's
places.
Eddie
Then you're gonna be
Murphy.
like trading places where you got to see if you can make it as from a bum back
Yeah,
where you
back up.
were.
So Brewster's Million, you know what? I know of the movie, but I never saw it. He has to
Brewster's
spend it
Millions, he has to spend it
to keep it.
to keep it, but he can't. There's like rules on what he can spend it on. Like, you can't gamble. There's like certain things you can't do. And then
So you can unload it all
and
at
then
once.
part of the movie is like he tries to spend it, and then somehow it's like the money keeps coming back to him,
Yeah.
But yes, I love that. And like one of the big arguments for why we have a taxation system that allows extreme wealth, because they're like, well, that sort of incentivizes productivity. Like they're like, why would someone go out and build the next Microsoft or Tesla or whatever great company if they didn't think at the end they could be a billionaire? To which I would argue, like, they would just be, no one thinks they're going to be a trillionaire right now. There's still incentive to be. So you're just setting a cap. You're just like, you could still be the wealthiest guy you've ever known at
Right.
$990 million.
Yeah.
We're just not going to let anybody go over that. And so that's why. And what, are they going to move to another country? I love this shit. Oh, but then they're going to go to another country. No, they're not. Nobody's moving. Look what we've tried. Look what we've done in this country to get people.
And if they do, good for them.
Nobody leaves.
Yeah. But it's fine if they do, right?
I don't know. Fine. Yeah. A couple of them. I mean, but where are they going to go? France? Where would you go if you let everyone's like, I'm going to move to Canada? Nobody's moving.
Here's another. If you leave because you're trying to escape our little rule here, you cannot do business with us. We cannot. Americans will no longer.
Yeah.
And if you do, if you are caught doing business with a person that escaped to make more money, you are shot in public.
Isn't it funny how, like, what you just said, not shot in public. But before that.
Yeah. The cap.
I don't think there's, like, what if you just put that to a vote, right? Like America just got to vote on that. That's like populism, you know, that would win 90-10. But there's no way that would ever pass in government. Now, there might be smart people that could actually give me a real reason why that would be a bad idea or whatever. Fine.
Yeah.
But I'm
like not in our best interest.
Somehow. Yeah. I don't know. Or just the economy in general or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's also, like, clearly other countries that don't have those, that have way less billionaires than we do, and somehow they're getting along just fine. So
yeah.
Somehow,
what were you saying? What were you saying as far as like why they have the taxes the way they are? Because it incentivizes people. Like if we had a flat tax, wouldn't you rather? I mean, let's say okay, everyone pays what? I mean, I don't even know what's a reasonable tax amount for it to be a flat tax. 10, 15,
15.
Everyone.
Herman Cain used to say 999.
What's that?
I don't know. He used to go 999. That was his tax plan. But yeah, let's say 15. Let's
say 15. Okay, I mean, how does that not incentivize you? Well, if it's a flat tax rate, I'm not gonna build the next Microsoft. Well, isn't 15%?
But that's not what you're arguing. You're arguing is if you.
No, I'm saying outside of my backup topic. I'm just saying in general.
I think the argument is like that it's not fair in the sense that I think what people would say is like, look, we have capitalism, right? Yeah. And then everything else we've done to capitalism is just these tweaks around the edges to make it a little more. So it's like some people need food stamps, right? Some people need rental assistance. Some people need a tax break. Some people, if you make less than this, you shouldn't have to pay this tax. But if you make more than this, you got to pay more than this tax. And I think like we're always like adjusting the dial of capitalism to fit what feels more fair than not. And that's why it's so complicated, because just pure blanket tax code was probably where we started, or where the idealists would start. But then when you look at it in a real world perspective, everyone's like, well, that's not really right. These guys shouldn't have to pay that, or this guy shouldn't.
Well, I see what you're saying. When on the low end, that all makes sense. Like, okay, they can't afford blah, blah, blah. But when you're talking huge tax cuts for billionaires, you know, when super rich people are paying less than people that make $80,000.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's the logic there? Well, trickle down. Well, trickle down.
Yeah, trickle down, or it's just that's just pure
Bullshit.
corruption. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to, but I will say I agree with you. And like, there's clearly countries who've made their tax code such that it is kind of impossible to be a billionaire. Like, they're like, if you start making like, this X amount, we're taxing you at 90%, or whatever it takes to get you back down
Yeah.
to a normal
Huh.
income level. But in America, we don't do that. America still is. See, I like Westerns. And when I've really, as I get
I
older,
like space movies.
I like Westerns. And when you get older, as I've gotten older, I've realized America still is that. We are still the wild, wild
Wild
west.
West.
We don't give a shit. If you can't take care of yourself, you're going to die in the street. If you can't, whoever's the strongest survives. Get a gun, rob a bank. If you're still standing, if they can prove it, you know what I mean? You're the law.
Yeah.
If you have a little star, but that only
Yep.
lasts until someone shoots you and takes the star. Now they're the law. You
Yep.
know, that's kind of what America is. And once you
Yeah.
realize that, it makes more sense.
Eh.
And comedy's kind of like the Wild Wild West. It's like there's no real rule. Like, we all pretend like there's a code and honor, and
Yeah.
it's just who can put butts in seats.
Yep.
Did you steal the joke? I don't know. Who's more famous? Have you noticed that? Like, when we used to, tell me if I'm crazy, but when we used to have arguments about who was funnier, like, not us because we didn't know each other at this time, but I'm saying like 20 years ago, you'd be in a comedy club, you'd be like ranking comedians or your
Yeah.
favorites. How did you do it? Like, how did you argue who was funnier than who?
What do you mean? Just like
Well, what
personal
did you
opinion?
use as your evidence when you had like comedy? If you had person X, you're like,
Like
oh, they're
local
funnier
people in the
because
scene, or you're saying
this
like,
one.
oh, Brian Regan versus this person?
Either one, either one.
Oh, I mean,
What would you use as evidence to show that you were right, that your guy was the funniest?
I don't think we ever. I mean, I don't think we ever had any like. Well, here's my numbers that back it up. He draws the. I think it
No,
was
but
just
that's
like,
what
no,
I'm
you're
saying.
stupid. They're funnier. They're funnier.
They're funnier. You would quote jokes, right? You'd be like,
Yes.
no, that guy's a hack, or this is
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
stupid.
You use their
He sold
material.
out.
Examples of
Yeah,
their
you'd be like,
material.
oh, remember when he did this bit or he did that show and he
Yep.
he crushed, and the other guy was on that show, he couldn't follow him. They were on
Yeah.
the same show and she couldn't follow her. That was the way we used to rank comedians. And
Yep.
now, if you ever talk about anybody in relation to anybody else, it's all just who has the most followers, who makes the most money,
Yeah.
and who tours with the biggest audience. Like, that's
Yeah.
all. That is always the comeback. You go, no, this guy's a hack, or this guy isn't funny, or they go, oh well, he's got 14 million followers, and this
Yeah.
guy only has 2 million followers, so he must be 7 times
Yeah.
funnier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where we've ended up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's maddening.
That's a rant. That's not a fun podcast.
Yeah, we're going Lewis Black on the Cavalry this week, folks.
All right, whatever. That's it. Let's get out of here.
Folks.
We went a little long. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Cavalry. Johnny, tell them where you're going to be.
Oh boy, let's see. Gosh, am I going to be anywhere? I've got private shows. Oh, by the way, before we go, I sent you. We didn't talk about my dentist.
Oh, Batman. I know.
No,
I was just about to watch it.
Bit. Huh?
Oh, the dentist bit too. I was just about to watch it before we started. The Batman one that you sent me.
Yeah, that one. If you're a Patreon listener, subscriber, that'll be on.
I'm gonna put
the
that
Patreon
up this week.
Batman set.
So look for that.
Look for that. Oh, I'll be at the Renwick Mansion. Oh yeah, that's going to be a fun show. I'm excited for that. Davenport, Iowa, the 23rd, November 23rd. That's what I'm plugging. I'll be at the Milwaukee Improv Wednesday, November 27th, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So Milwaukee, the 27th, and Davenport, Iowa, the 23rd.
Okay. I'll be this is all the way in January 3rd and 4th at Laughs Comedy Club in Seattle. Back where it all started. Laughs Comedy Club, Seattle, January 3rd and 4th. Tell your friends. And yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody
For listening to
The Cavalry.
The Cavalry.